And what I would say as well today is we rejected the motion then because probably we were overconfident in what we were doing and perhaps the pending work that needs to be done as well. Let me say about the Narcotics Bureau. This is something that was there also in the system for a long time. The gentleman that brought the Narcotics Bureau idea was Naval Rua when he was Commissioner of Police. I came in as Minister in 2018. We continued with the slow process in trying to establish the Bureau. And we are thankful now that the Bureau is established. But I still have a concern. That Bureau was supposed to be operating independently and not in the ministry. That Bureau has now been established, but it's still under the ministry. If we want to give that Bureau the teeth, first let's get it out of the ministry so that it's independent. And then properly resourcing the Bureau. It must have its own equipment, capacities, the structure, the financing, so that it becomes very effective in the role that, thank you, that it's been established, but still a lot that needs to be done. And as Kalisha stated as well, this is one of the biggest non-traditional threats that we are facing, apart from climate change. If that is the case, then the effort and the resources must be allocated accordingly so that it can take off and address the issues. What I meant is the advice that we were given is these are the things that we are doing, and these are the things that are still in the process. I've talked about the development of the laws and so forth. And that is why we took that position back then. It's subject to interpretation.
There's nothing in life that is always set in stone. And one of the things you also have to realize that the water always changes. The amount, the volume of drugs that is going to come to this part of the world has not been the same. If you go back 20 years ago, or 10 years ago, 15 years ago, the amount of drugs that come was at a particular level. But you know now that we are right on the edge of the big markets in Australia and New Zealand. And people that have, they're using submersibles. They're using all kinds of different strategies to get the drugs. So I believe that the volume has gone up dramatically. So obviously, when the scale goes up, the parameters and the methods that you use to count it has to change. So it has to evolve as the game changes. And I think that is what government is trying to do now, to evolve that according to the situation.
When it comes to drug issues, resources that we have, you can blame government. But how many patrol boats do we have?
Nada.
Look at the porous border that we have. How many long
airplanes,
the fixed wing drones or whatever do we have? Do we have air capability? We are thankful to Australia, New Zealand, France. We signed the shipboarding agreement with France, with the UK and whatever, so that our people can hop onto their naval vessel when they come here. Those are the partnerships that have to be developed given the limited constraints that we have. You need to understand all this rather than just blaming government.